Hey YouTube! This is Super Zemus and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy II! Alright, we made it to the tropical cave last time, and now let's explore the place. In my opinion, this is probably the easiest dungeon in the game. Mainly because the enemies here, the hardest they get is the Palamecian Desert and the Dreadnought. Mainly the Dreadnought. So yeah, it's really easy here. The enemies, like, the hardest are like stunners, ghasts, dual deads. They're basically the hardest enemies here, so it's really easy. Oh, and remember the Palamecian Desert, viewers? Well, remember we fought the Wild Horn? Well, those two enemies I said to meet up. Oh, here's one of them. The Poison Toad. This is the... Remember the Wild Horn in the Palamecian Desert? This is the other enemy you could have met up with in the Palamecian Desert. These guys, because obviously their name, Poison Toad, they can poison you with their physical attacks. And they are weaker than the Gigantoad in Dice Cavern, so that's that. I think they might actually be weak to Blizzard, but I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, they only have like 300 HP, so easy enough. Yeah, I think they're weak to Blizzard. So, yep, that's it. Not too much for the Poison Toads. Yeah, but... Oop, wrong way. Yeah, but basically... Oh, hey, here's the other new enemy. But anyway, the Wild Horns and the Poison Toads, you could have met up with Palamecian Desert, so there's that. Anyway, here we have the Yellow Jelly. These guys are weak to Blizzard, but they only have like 45 HP, so they're even weaker than the Red Mooses. I want to cast Blizzard to get rid of those Yellow Jellies, but the Thunder... Yeah, you know what, let's go with Blizzard. I'll have Layla cast Thunder. That'll make life easier. Anyway, this is the last new enemy here. They're really easy enemies that we've already met up with before, so... Yeah. Watch, I think... watch how easy these guys go down, and how weak they are to Blizzard. Oh, yeah. That's nice. But that was the last new enemy. No more new enemies, viewers. Now, just easy stunners and were-rats left. And Yellow Jellies and Poison Toads, those two. Yeah, not too much here. But anyway, we got a lot of treasure on this floor. Let's look for more. Well, actually, let's go to the next floor to look for more. That might help. Hey, that rhymed. I like it. I always like it when I rhyme accidentally. Anyway, here we don't have any treasure. But if we go up all the way, I like the foreground here. It adds to it's interesting. Anyway, here we get the sleep grass. Now, remember this chest for later, because I'm going to be coming back to it off screen later on. So, let's keep going. Yeah, but I like that foreground with all the vines. It's very cool. I like how they do that. Here we get spider silk. Oh yeah, sleep grass. I think I've already went over that before. Obviously, the name, it puts your enemies to sleep. Never really used. The battle items aren't really useful, but here we got an interesting civilization. Coming from, obviously, I'm the weird-faced one. Well, I have no really need to it, because I'm just a stunning young lad. Anyway, why? I need that black mask so I can get Ultima. Kick. Well, anyway, everyone else says pretty much the exact same things, so... Here, we have different colored ones. The different colored ones are basically merchants. And here, we get worse equipment than what we have now. See, this and the weak enemies makes you wonder, did they intend you to come here before Dice Cavern? Because I think they did. Oh, wait. No, back. I forgot. Anyway, I'm gonna meet you back at that chest I told you to remember for later. So, they had the sleep grass. I'm gonna meet you there off screen, so I'll be right back. Alright, we're back here at the chest that had the sleep grass in it. Let's continue on and get more treasure in this really weak enemy cave. Yeah, the tropical cave. This place is... I don't know, the first thing that comes to mind is Tropicana orange juice. Gosh, interrupts me right in the middle of a sentence. Blind Tome, Scourge Tome. Wonder what else I'm gonna get. Another Scourge Tome. With that pattern. Well, with that pattern, is the next chest gonna be a blind tome? I was right! Blind tome! Not that I'm ever gonna use it. Pretty bad treasure in this area, but can't really do anything about that. I'm just gonna get it anyway. Garlic, I never use it, but oh well. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I'm just running from most of these battles because I don't want to waste any of my MP or time, really. They're too weak for me to actually think they're worth my time. Yeah, I guess that's a little snobbish, isn't it? Anyway, here we get a Phoenix down, but monsters! Just some schmucks. Wow, shadows? Come on! How weak can you get? Ghouls and shadows. You know what? I have no time for this. I'm just gonna use Cure on these guys. Maybe Fire if that doesn't go through. I have no time for you guys. Ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, that takes care of that. Wow. These guys are so weak. I'm fighting the first of the undead enemies. This is why I think this is the easiest of the dungeons in the game. Anyway, remember this staircase later, because I'm going to be coming back to it off-screen like I did with the sleep grass, so just remember it for later. Let's keep going here. Alright, if we go up here. Wow, even Layla is taking 0 damage. Holy cow! Alright, down this staircase, we come to the final, well, technically final floor. Another part of it. Get sleep grass, and a Gaia drum. Oh, more monsters, though. Poison toads and wild worms. These are the two guys that can met up the Palamecian Desert. Wow. I think they're the easiest enemies in Palamecian Desert, if I'm not mistaken, actually. Yeah, easy enough. I think it also, Sleepgrass in the Origins version, that was actually called the Slumber Stock. So, interesting trivia there for you viewers. Also, the Gaia drum. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll meet you back at the staircase and I'll continue my talking. Alright, I'm back here at the staircase I told you to remember for later, so let's keep on going. What I was saying about the Gaia drum, I think it just basically casts Quake. Nothing too really special about it. I never use battle items that often anyway, so no big deal. Anyway, if we go down here, we can get a death idol. It casts death, as the name suggests. Anyway, go up here, we can get 1,000 gil. That's nice. Can always use a lot of money, especially for the end of the game. And here we get the final treasure, the sleep tome, but I never use it. Lots of useless magic in this game, and treasure for that matter. And here's the final room. Uh-oh, looks like a boss. Might want to heal up for this. Actually, we don't really have to, but oh well. Is that good enough? Yeah, that seems good enough. Alright, boss time. It's Guard Mask. Yes, it does. Anyway, here we have the Bighorn. These guys are really easy, actually. I think they only have a little over 1,000 HP each. But there's nothing really nothing really much to it. I'm not even gonna buff up. I'm just gonna go all out with physical attacks. They're pretty easy. I mean, let's see. I think I should get this guy out in at least one round. Yeah, see, you can go down that easy. So, this is pretty much a really boring boss fight, kind of like the Red Soul boss fight earlier in the game. Except much easier and faster. So, let's find a way to waste your time, because this is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. I don't have anything to waste your time with, viewers. Except for this entire video, but, you know, you're used to that by now, aren't you? Yep. Let's see. Maybe talk in a really weird voice for the rest of the boss. I don't even know why I did that. Why am I doing this? Oh, hey, I beat it. Alright. There's that. I don't know, viewers. I just kind of did that for no reason. Well, I fought the boss, but I had nothing to do during the boss fight. Anyway, we get the black mask. That's nice. Let's get on out of here now. Just like the white mask, there's a teleporter right outside the black mask. That's nice. And so that's it. Now, at this point, I'm gonna meet you back at Altair so I can heal up, because the next dungeon's not gonna be this easy. So, I'll meet you at Altair, and I'll be right back. You should remember how to get to it from my past video. Alright, I made it back here at Altair, all healed up and everything. Why don't I show you that I'm healed up? Yeah. Yep. So I healed up, everything ready to go. Let's go back to the Mysidian continent. Just through this canal. You already know how to get here, but might as well show it on screen. Have a little time left in the video. So just go down here. And here we are. Now, since we took the left way last time, this time, why don't we take the right way to get to where we want to go? Just go down here. Oh yeah, I should tell you this. Watch out for behemoths. They're regular enemies. They're regular enemies around here. Behemoths. You remember those guys? Remember back at the Colosseum? Yeah, it's over there. Anyway, here we are. I was only one step away, and these guys got to me. Anyway, no. To show you where we are on the map, right precisely there. So, that's how to get here. And here is the Cave of Mysidia. This is going to be a tough area. It's a real labyrinth, I have to say. But what awaits us? Is the crystal rod really in here? And what's the use of the black mask? Find out next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy II. This is Super Zemus, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.